I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're diving into a chilling world of real life hauntings with a terrific author. His name is Rob Guttrow, and he has penned a powerful book, a book you won't forget, a book you'll want to pick up. It is called Haunting the Emery Estate. As a scientist and pet medium with the Inspired Ghost Tracking Team, Rob takes us inside a 5 hour long investigation at the historic Emery Estate, where three distinct spirits reveal themselves, each with a story and an energy of their own. From a tragic child to a terrifying entity, this true paranormal case will have you rethinking what lingers after death. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight Network TV app streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Rob, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Nice to see you too, Logan. Thank you for having me.
This is an incredible story. Let's give the folks at home a little background on the Emery Estate. It's in Weymouth, Massachusetts. And what drew you there? Why did you think it was haunted? And tell us a little bit about the circumstances that first made you go to Emery Estate.
Sure. Well, it was actually upon the suggestion of my co-author on the book. Her name is Monique Toussoun, and she was drawn to the estate because of the beauty of it. It's actually modeled after George Washington's Mount Vernon estate
Mm.
in Virginia.
Wow.
It's not quite in as good of a shape as Mount Vernon, but it is a beautiful home. So she invited me to participate in a paranormal investigation, and I decided to go. Um, I knew nothing about the home. As a medium, it's my rule that I do not know anything about any place I'm going. All I know is the directions
Mhm.
and get there.
Great, great. So you didn't really know the background of this house, who lived there, other than it was a beautiful estate that you'd been invited to by your co-author. You go there, you spend 5 hours there, and you encounter some incredible stuff, right?
Yes. So it was actually an investigation that was open to the public too. So it was ticketed to the public. So there were 40 members of the public who had the opportunity to join both Monique and myself, so that they could learn how an investigation works. And Monique is also a very is a tech nerd, if you will. So she brought along a lot of equipment that people were able to use and figure out in order to confirm the entities that we encountered.
And you encountered three entities, right? Tell us when the first entity presented him or herself.
Yeah, that's correct. And as it turns out, all three, so two of the three entities did not live at the home, as we had come to determine. One did. Um, so the three entities consisted um, of a young boy died on the property, um, an older gentleman was apparently a resident of the home, and then there was another earthbound ghost that was connected to actually a piece of furniture, which is very unusual that a ghost will stay as a and connected to furniture.
Tell me a little bit about communicating with these entities. Do they present themselves in a physical form at all? Is there a light? Is there a feeling? Is there actual spoken words? Is it something telepathic? Tell us a little bit about the encounters.
So there's a number of ways that they communicate. As a medium, a lot of the communications are done with me telepathically, so I can hear them in my mind. Also, I can actually see them in my mind. And as someone who likes to sketch, I used to sketch superheroes when I was a kid, make my own comic books, which came in handy because I sketched the ghosts out.
Very cool.
Yeah, and on a number of investigations that I've been on over the years, over 15 years now, every time I have sketched somebody out in a particular home, no matter what home it was, the homeowner has always confirmed, fortunately for me, that that is the person that they have seen haunting their house.
Uh,
So
Amazing.
So
When a ghost is haunting a property such as Emery Estate, we classically hear they have unfinished business. Is that
yes.
usually the case?
Well, there's a number of reasons why people stay behind. And I've learned this by communicating with both ghosts and spirits who have crossed over. And I can explain the difference too between the two entities.
Mhm.
But to address your question, a number of reasons that people choose to stay behind, which is not a good option, by the way,
Mhm.
um, is because they're number one, they may have unfinished business. Number two, they may try to help their loved ones, um, get through their grief. Number three, some of them are actually afraid to cross over,
Mhm.
um, and they fear the other side because of things that they did in this life. And finally, others may have lingered too long, and
Mhm.
I've been able to explain scientifically what lingering too long means and how they get stuck. So in the case of the little boy, he lingered too long. In the
Mhm.
case of the adult man, he stayed behind because he feared what was on the other side.
Did the spirits have a message for you or to the public or to the others gathered there when you communicated with them?
So everybody wants to tell their own story because what happens when people choose to remain earthbound as a ghost instead of crossing over into the light, which is what I call a spirit,
Mhm.
um, they they realize over time that they have been there a long time. Although there is no concept of time when you're an earthbound ghost or a spirit, they can see like the changes in clothing styles over time. So they know that time has progressed, although they don't know how long time. And usually they want their story to be heard, like the little boy who was lost, died in an accident, and he didn't know why he was still there. He wanted to connect with. Um, the grown man was a different story. He purposely stayed because he was afraid of going to that place on the other side. Um, so there are many reasons why people stay behind.
Yeah.
And as a paranormal investigator, it's our purpose to help them cross over and help them achieve this.
Right. I'd also imagine not all ghosts are good. Some are afraid to cross over for good reason because they might be held accountable if they cross over. The third ghost you encountered had a dark presence. How do you protect yourself in these types of cases?
Oh gosh! So as paranormal investigators, we usually go in, try to bring positive energy with us. Um, I find that like eating a piece of chocolate will raise your endorphin level, and it will make you on the inside. So
Mhm.
that's one way. We also try to envision ourselves protected by a white light
Mhm.
of positive energy. Other people use minerals or stones that have properties that will help purify things. Um, Also, sage when we're going through paranormal investigations to clear any negative energy. Native Americans used to use sage all the time for purification. So we do that also as a paranormal investigator.
You distinguish between a ghost and a spirit. What's the difference? Why does it matter?
So the difference is really where the location is of where we go. So as a scientist, it's important for me to incorporate science into the paranormal. What I've learned is that um, we are all energy. We have energy within us. We have cell splitting. Our thoughts are little electrical pulses that can measure energy according to the law of conservation of energy, which is the law of thermodynamics. Energy can't be destroyed, only transformed. So our physical energies combined with our memories and personality, knowledge of this life.
Mhm.
Then we make a choice. We can either choose to cross over, which most people do, which is a smart thing. Call it heaven, paradise, hell, hell, whatever you want to call it. Or we choose to stay earthbound as a ghost. And usually it's in a place we're familiar with or where we die. Um, Now, as energy entities, they both need energy to communicate.
Mhm.
They use two kinds of energy. So Logan, there are physical energies like heat, light, water, and electricity, which is why many towns that are haunted are by water. They're by rivers or streams or oceans. Um, or they use emotional energy. Spirits of loved ones, like our grandparents that have crossed over, use love, faith, and hope to come back. Messages. Earthbound ghosts use negative emotional energy. That's fear, anxiety, depression, and anger. Those things will. So when you walk into a haunted place like Emerald State, feeling anxious, you're giving that ghost or those three ghosts the energy to communicate.
Yeah. Amazing. It's a fascinating field of science. It's a fascinating pursuit. Also fascinating, of course, is your work as a pet medium. Talk to us a little bit about that work, and have pets ever shown up during your human investigations? Tell us a little bit about that role.
Sure. So for me, it all started when I was 13 years old, and my grandfather passed away, appeared to me 7 months later, and scared the life out of me.
Mm.
And I didn't realize what was going on until I spoke to my parents, whom I had a great relationship with, fortunately. My mother confessed that this ability ran on her side of the family. So she had it, afraid of it. My grandfather that appeared to me, he had it, um, and so forth. So I kind of shelved that until in 2005, tragically, I had a puppy that whose leash opened and he was killed by a car. Reawakened my abilities. Yeah. Um, he taught me how pets communicate from the other side, and he gave me musical signs. I saw him physically. I saw him in shadow, things around the house. I heard him bark in the house. There's all kinds of things that he taught me about how pets communicate. And as someone who always journaled, that journal became the basis of my first book.
Wonderful. Your books are surrounding you there as a backdrop. How many books have you written on various subjects, from ghosts to spirits to pets?
So I've written 12, and I have three different series of books because they're different. They're different sides to the paranormal. So my Pets in the Afterlife series has 4 books, and there's a fifth one down the road. I have another series called Ghosts and Spirits, defining the difference between the earthbound ones and the ones who have crossed over, which include things like paranormal investigations, like the Emery Estate, and many other. And then I have another series that I think is kind of fun. It's called Ghosts on the Medium's Vacation, because when I go on vacation, my guard is down there to enjoy a different location, and the ghosts all start talking to me. So if you like history and hauntings, like England or Ireland or the Birdcage Theater in Tombstone, Arizona, those are books that I've written about ghosts, and I have many more in the queue.
Wonderful. Well, my favorite movie is The Shining. So I'll absolutely look at your vacation series, because when you go into hotels, particularly old ones like that, you certainly feel the presence of the past there, and you feel it more acutely than others. So I think reading your books on that subject will be fascinating. Is there a website or something where people can find out more about you?
Sure. My website is robguttrow.com. If you can't spell my name, you can go to petspirits.com. It goes to the same place.
Also, awesome. robguttrow.com. It's pretty simple. Animalspirits.com is the second one.
Pet Spirits.
Pet Spirits. Okay, wonderful. The name of the book we've been focusing on today is Haunting of Emery Estate. It is a true spine-tingling account of ghosts, mystery, and the lasting impact of unresolved human stories. Rob, thanks so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Great having you on the show. Fascinating stories, fascinating book, highly recommended. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time, this time until next time on Spotlight.